Welcome back to the channel, guys, for another Town Hall 13 5 versus 5 war. You will get to see every single attack live in this one. It is a single attack format, meaning only one attack per player, so 10 attacks throughout this video. We have Golden X Omega battling out of High Vault versus Cloud21, two very top level clans, so I am excited to see some top level strategy. If you enjoy this format, you probably want to check out the 5 versus 5 playlist. It's on your screen right now. I will link it down in the pinned comments. However, let's go ahead and get into the first attack. Vortex it is, kicking this war off, and we are starting with the Queen charge into Hog Riders. Not in the meta per se, but definitely a strategy which has always been popular. Vortex, feeling like he doesn't need the miners, has good pathing for the Hog Riders. Just quickly zooming out there, you can see that that is the case over to the top of the base. Obviously feels the miners wouldn't really add benefit, so let's find out what is going to happen. Trailing the loons in, he's waiting for the king to either go down or get out of the way so that the healers go to the queen. Has to use that rage, needs to keep the healers on the queen. The balloon does pop a black bomb, which is good. Town Hall goes down, and the super wall breaker was attracted to the Town Hall compartment. Very, very nice this point. Royal Champion coming into a Tesla farm across to the left-hand side. That will go down relatively soon. The Queen has pulled one Ice Golem, and the Lava Hound, can you believe it, goes across to the Hog Riders. That is awesome, but the difficulty here is the Royal Champion might get stuck. She was out of range of the Grand Warden's ability, so a little bit unfortunate for Vortex not to take down the defending Queen and Royal Champion, and they will get to work on the Grand Warden, who goes down, and that leaves the Hog Riders even more vulnerable. Moving to the back end of the base there, they really struggled without that Grand Warden. Scattershot still active, wipes the troops down, and for Vortex, it means it is a scary start for Golden X. It is going to just about scrape the 50%. The good thing about the Hog Riders is once you've got the Town Hall, you know you're relatively safe on the 50%. Look at all the free buildings across to the left-hand side of the map. That will mean that the 50% is secured. We can drive that percentage up, but we always talk about the golden 90%. That is where people will aim. It's not meant to be for Golden X, but they are going to get into the 60s here. Still a minute left. Queen can do a little bit of work, but she'll go down in a second. There we go. 61%, might get to 62, potentially even a little bit more, actually. We might get the training, the barracks, at the top here. It will go down, so 63% for Golden X. It's still not what they wanted to start off this war, but let's see what Cloud21 can do on the response. Crusader it is. Feels like the Hog Riders will be a good option for him here. Hog Riders will be joined alongside miners on this one. Battle Blimp comes in, targeting that enemy Archer Queen, gets pretty deep into the base there, but we will not get to the single target Inferno, which I know Crusader would have wanted, and wow, the Yeti Mites really didn't get that much value. They got wiped out straight away. You've got to say that that is definitely not the start that Cloud21 needed. Now, they haven't got that high of a percentage to match, so they could still take the lead here after the first attack, but certainly with an opening like that, not getting too much value, using the rage spell alongside that as well, it's not the start they needed, and to get the 3 stars, you kind of need a better start than this. The freeze spell is used on that single Inferno Queen, going everywhere, but she will get caught on the Royal Champion here as well, so has to burn another freeze spell. Meanwhile, the Scattershot gets to work, and another rage. Spells used all over the place to start off for Crusader. Now the funnel will be set on the left-hand side with the king, opening up pathing for the Hogs and Miners straight to the Town Hall. So we can almost be guaranteed on the 2-star here, but there's not a lot of spells for the back end. Definitely a tricky start. Enemy Archer Queen really lowering the health of the Queen to the point where her ability has to be used alongside the Expos. She is still tanking, but there is no option here. She will go down because the Sweeper is pushing the healers back and we have nothing to protect her. Town Hall goes down from the Hogs and Miners. King continues to create that pathing for them, moving through the base, but with only one heal spell, it's got to be used. There it is. It had to be used before the Scattershot and the Multi-Inferno. Otherwise, the Hogs would have just gone down. We are closing in on the percentage that we seen by Golden X. So Cloud21 will be taking the lead after the first attack, but a nervous start for both clans here as the percentage is nowhere near what it would be intended within these attacks. Royal Champion goes down. Miners get caught on the Skellies as well with 2 Wizard Towers in range. Crusader is thankful that his healers are able to keep the Miners somewhat alive as they power through this base, trying to rack up as much percentage. Time will be a factor here, but the percentage gets further and further away from Golden X, meaning they've got to step it up into this next attack. We are into the 80s, closing on the Golden 90s. Crusader doing better than expected given the difficult start with the Queen and using the abilities as well. We end up into the 90s range and it will be 90 on the dot, so taking the lead after the first attack, but both clans will be very much going for the 3-star in the next. Golden X going to the Yetis for this one. Let's see where Colin is starting out. Will we see a Grand Warden walk? That is commonly what you might see in these strategies. Using the Yetis, we don't quite start off with that. We have a couple of balloons to take out the cannon alongside the baby dragon. Everything tanked, and it is a Queen walk with 4 wall breakers. That will give us access to the single, and hopefully, if he can combine this with a rage spell, over to the Town Hall as well. Yes! Oh, he did combine it with the rage, but unfortunately, the wall breaker didn't go off. He could have saved onto 3 wall breakers. The rage spell was there. He'd already tested it. Colin really didn't need to send in all 3 wall breakers, and we could have saved one for the inside wall. The wall breakers might not have got there, but if a Tesla popped, then they would have been attracted to that wall. Not to worry. We have the King on the top side. Ice Golems come out of the clan castle, so everything will be slowed down here. Queen is attacking the wall. He's got nothing to put onto the Archer Tower. A couple of Hogs would be good. It was taking out the healers, but thankfully for Colin, it swaps back to the Archer Queen. But this is where, look, a wall breaker, had he have saved onto it, timing can be crucial. If he time fails by a couple of seconds, holding on to that wall breaker could have been the deciding factor. In come the Yetis to the top area. Queen will get the Town Hall here. He's going to have to be careful. Freezes the single target Inferno to allow the Queen through. Again, wall breakers could have been crucial here, but the Queen is out of range. Beautiful ability from the Grand Warden. It encapsulates everything. The bowlers, the Yetis, all moving down this side. And this is pretty good. The Queen has pathed away from the single. We've got everything caught in the middle, but bowlers will do a lot of damage here. Under rage, they can get through things pretty quickly. They get caught on the Skellies for a little bit. Ooh, I think we're just losing too much power towards the end. Queen has the ability, though. It does have to get burned through the single. Colin really needed to hold on to that. She does reach the multi. Gets across to the other defenses. He could still get this. 2 Yetis with Yeti Mites in the basket. Royal Champion coming across. We have the Royal Champ's ability. Queen back up to full health. It looks good for Colin of Golden X. Despite the start and the wall breakers, Queen taking her time. We have 37 seconds. No buildings on the outside. It's all down to 6 o'clock. The Royal Champion will take the bomb tower. And there we have it. Cloud21, despite the higher percentage in their first attack, it's not about percentage. It is always about the stars, and Golden X proving that as they sail into the lead with the opening 3-star, but Cloud21 certainly have the talent to match this. Let's get Optimus Prime into this one then. The Yetis, exactly the same as what we just seen Colin do. We have the exact response. Colin just 3-starred Optimus Prime. He sat back. He scratched his head real quick and thought, Colin is not getting away with this. I am going to be taking out his base right now. Has the army cooked up? Attacked Colin either way. Was he meant to do it? Who knows? He just wants the revenge, but the Grand Warden is using the Warden Walk, a very popular method within the Yeti Smash attack strategy, and good funneling has been prepared. All of the Yetis now pull that Grand Warden. The air defense... Now that could have gone down from the Grand Warden. You've got to say, this could be crucial because it could get some swipes onto the healers. That is one of the reasons that the attacks can fail. So it doesn't get too many. We do get the Grand Warden's ability onto the healers. Everything protected here. Yeti's moving through, but we've got to get to the 2 scatter shots. Third rage will be used. The ice golem's freezing everything. Thankfully, the healers are still alive. That is going to keep everything full health with another rage spell. If we can get the scatter shots down quick, then Optimus Prime looks good. But the tornado trap was perfectly placed from Colin, pulling the troops away from the scatter shot. How crucial was that? Optimus Prime has the Hog Riders to reinforce Queen with a couple of healers, some of them distracting this single target Inferno, Hog Riders, bowlers, everything, all getting drafted across to the right hand side of the base. If the single goes down, Optimus Prime is looking good here, protecting the Royal Champion. We still have the Queen's ability. 1 minute left. It looks good for the response of Cloud21, and just like that, it could be that Golden X's victory that they seen in terms of that 3-star is wiped from them. Optimus Prime will be loving this in terms of the direct response to Colin. 50 seconds, the Queen lines up her final shots, but the Royal Champion gets there first, taking down the defenses, and Optimus Prime takes the opportunity to get the 3 stars versus Colin and put them back in the lead. This war just got interesting, my friends, and we are not even halfway through yet. Nightcrawler with the Sui Lalo. We do have the battle blimp. Is this going to be an Electron style entry? No clone spell in the army composition, but you don't have to clone. If you get good enough value and you can get the Queen down, or another method that we might see Nightcrawler use is the dragons within the clan castle for that Queen. Let's find out though, as the super wall breaker opens up this area. Wait a second, Nightcrawler has identified a perfect opportunity here with the ice golem. It will freeze the Expo, the Archer Queen, the Eagle Artillery, everything, and allow the Archer Queen on offense to take all of that out. And look at this, the super wall breaker has opened up the compartment to the scattershot as well. Now Nightcrawler has the Royal Champion, but doesn't get it. How unfortunate is that? It has a slither of health. There is an earthquake, which granted we could use to take that down. Nightcrawler will very much be looking at this and thinking, can he save onto the earthquake to take down the scattershot? Will he be able to path his Lalo to get the 50% and activate the town hall beforehand? Let's find out. Maybe he can get lucky and get a lava pop here as well. Decides to freeze the scattershot instead. Has a couple of archers there. An interesting approach. Freezes it again. Misses the sweeper. 2 freezes for that scattershot. We are close to that 50%, but he played it safe because the town hall would not have been activated. Nice Grand Warden's ability though will help everything through. Just about though, the town hall gigabomb goes off a fraction afterwards. Very close there by Nightcrawler, and it is looking good with the haste and the heal spell. Pumps the balloons back up. We have the wizard tower at the bottom, now frozen. Nightcrawler, is he going to take it? Balloons in the tornado trap at the top, but we have a little group which sneaks onto the wizard tower. It takes down the next ones, and this is huge. It will probably take down the mass group here as well. But we have some hasted dragon en route. The loon takes it down, but the air defense is probably going to be too much. Have we got enough to swarm this? One air defense and one Tesla are the only defenses which stand in the way of Nightcrawler putting Golden X back in the lead. Do not make sure that you do not judge a book by its cover. The opening 2 attacks were difficult on this one, but it has really heated up, and I can't believe it. I hate to say it, but Nightcrawler is going to time fail on this one, despite having enough power to take down the base. It's only 93%. Daniel it is. We've had Daniel in the chat. Daniel has been in the Twitch chat, and now he is stepping up to the plate. We are all tied on stars. Cloud21 ahead in percentage, but Golden X did just put up a 93. So they could easily catch back up on percentage here, so long as Degruch can defend versus Daniel, and defend well as of that. Let's find out what he has up his sleeve. Using the super wall breaker early on to open up that compartment. That will allow the king, queen, potentially he's sending the Yetis in there, because the Sui method is difficult from that area. We might be seeing everything coming into the bottom section. We will. Grand Warden continuing with that funnel. We want the king down before the Yetis come in. Here they come, along with the Archer Queen and the bowlers. Difficult pathing here. Uses the jump spell, trying to sideswipe the town hall. A dragon and archers coming out of the clan castle, so the Grand Warden's ability will need to be used early. There it goes to try and protect through the dragon, through the scatter shot, and perfectly timed alongside the town hall as well, taking no damage from the Gigabomb. Very nicely planned by Daniel. Troops will get lured a little bit to the bottom, but we do have pretty good pathing to the middle. That is exactly what Daniel needed. Both scatter shots go down, the eagle goes down, and most of his Yetis still intact. This looks good, despite all of the defenses on the outside of the base. As long as you can take down the core very easily, then you are looking good for a 3-star. Your Royal Champion, your Yetis and healers, as long with the Queen, can indeed take out the defenses on the side. Archer Queen goes down though. We've still got a single, which is probably going to be the savior here. Hog Riders come out. Royal Champion's ability used. The single target Inferno goes down, and that might be enough to help Daniel get this. Archer Queen goes down. Couple of loons to the back end Archer Tower. Royal Champion on defense might indeed stop Daniel in his tracks. The healers just about keeping the attacking Royal Champion, but she goes down. Does he have enough to finish it off now? Does he have enough to finish it off? We have a P.E.K.K.A. and approximately 10 wizards across to the left-hand side. 30 seconds, no buildings to 6 o'clock. It's all about this top area, and it looks like Daniel is going to get this one. Dramatic scenes here in the Clash of Clans esports world, as Daniel of Cloud21 gets another 3-star and leaves Golden X trailing again. 100% Degruch has to get the 3-star here. Golden X, despite a solid performance so far, out of 3 attacks, we have had a 3-star and a 93%, but it's not enough. Cloud21 are in the lead with 2 3-stars and the higher percentage. So Golden X trail not just on stars, but on percent as well, which means with 2 attacks left, Degruch has got to get a 3-star. Otherwise, we are then counting on slip-ups from Cloud21. It is a good start with the Super Wall Breaker. Just about clips that single target Inferno to keep the Queen's ability. And use the Queen's ability early, to get through that bottom area. My apologies. We do indeed get through the Clan Castle troops nice and early though. Lava Hound is down. Now Degruch is continuing to send in miners to funnel the Queen here. She's caught on the lava pups a little bit, which makes her step to the elixir storage, but she does come into the center. More miners coming in now. That is all of them. They're deployed to try and come into the right-hand side. Here come the hogs. Does he have pathing? Does he have pathing? Battle Blimp more than likely coming to that town hall with the Yetis. No rage spell for them though. Decides to rage the queen. Miners and hogs continue their track on the outside. I think he's waiting to see if the queen gets to the town hall. If she got to the town hall, we might have seen the Battle Blimp to the northern area, but instead plays it safe, sends the Battle Blimp to the town hall, and we will see Yetis coming out. There they go, onto the town hall. That will go down, but now pathing for the hogs and miners. Well, it's not ideal. Queen has no ability, no freeze spell, so she will go down to the single target inferno. And coming to the back end, we have a scatter shot. We don't have many hogs and miners. De Grooch is clutching at straws now, and it doesn't look like we're going to get this, which means Cloud21 in the driving seat. They just have to close this one out. If they were to get a 3-star in the next attack, they virtually put it out of reach. But even if they get the high percentage too, they are very much in the lead, and they just need to stay consistent to take the victory on this one against a very impressive Golden X. But at the moment, it's just not happening for them. De Grooch will get to the 80% mark, but I think we will struggle to get towards 90. Plenty of miners on the top alongside the wizard. Grand Warden out of range of a couple of defenses, climbing into the 80s, 20 seconds left, so we will be close on percentage. Keeps it relatively high here, which is exactly what Golden X need, but it's not meant to be. And now it leaves Cloud21 with the opportunity to try and put this war to bed. 87% I think will be the closing margin for De Grooch. There it is, confirmation of the 87% 2-star. Sevnek of Cloud21 using the Yetis. We have seen pretty good success with the Yetis so far in this war. This could be the one. This could be the one that finishes it off for Golden X. If Cloud21 do not 3-star, then it leaves Golden X the opportunity to still win this despite a 2-star from Cloud21 in the final attack. However, if Cloud21 3-star here, Golden X need to 3-star and they need to count on a 1-star. So it just looks a lot less likely for them. This is the one that Cloud21 need to do. Good pathing for the Yetis. They will come straight in. Look at this narrow area of the base where they can move through. They will then have access over the wall to the town hall, to the scatter shot, and also to the eagle artillery. We will then see the 4 earthquake spells to get damage onto the eagle and onto them defenses in the middle. I'm quite surprised we didn't see that across to the left a little bit more to try and get damage onto the scatter shots across to the left, and the expos just help to speed things up through that left hand side. But we're getting a good split on the Yetis. This is as good as Cloud21 could have wanted. Some bowlers coming to the right, some Yetis going across to the left. The scatter shot goes down, and I think we can go ahead and give him a round of applause already, because it looks incredible, this one. The inside of the base with the earthquakes just got absolutely shredded, and that is what happens when you have so many big defenses clumped together. You can earthquake through them, get that damage onto them pretty quickly, and mean that under rage, your Yetis and bowlers shred the area. The celebratory Seeking Shield of the Royal Champion goes off, and Sevnek gets the 3-star for Cloud21 with the Queen's ability left in the pocket, which means coming down to the final attacks. Golden X, they are an entire 50% of a base behind, 2 stars behind, so they need a 1-star from Cloud21 of less than 50% and a 3-star of their own to win this one. It's not mathematically over, but it's not looking good for them. And we are straight in. JD9 has to get a 3-star to keep this on course. And let's be honest, Cloud21, with their current form, 3 stars, the chance of them getting a 1-star of less than 50% really isn't that high, but we really need Golden X to just put up whatever they can, keep things going, and you always want to focus on your attacks. Whenever you are in this war, once you have set your bases, you've put your base out there, on defense you cannot do anything now. All you have to do is hope you can do anything you can on offense. Now that might indirectly put psychological pressure on your opponents, but you need to focus on you. On this one, JD takes out the queen straight away, has these super wall breakers nicely opening up access to the multi. There goes the third super wall breaker, and despite the multi inferno, it doesn't matter. We don't have to freeze it. 3 super wall breakers to open up this area of the base, and it looks very good for JD not messing around here, taking them risks and getting his queen deep into the base, providing beautiful pathing from over at 9 o'clock. However, look at the timer. We are already 1 minute and 10 down, so JD has to start thinking about that hybrid. Doesn't get the funnel massively set up to the left because time is ticking. The hogs have to come in. Now, the good thing about that is it might redirect the king, but it didn't. He's going against the wall, and he really needed the king on the outside of the base. That was crucial. Queen now taking damage, and the healers out of range of the rage spell. How crucial is that moving into the back end of the base? Ability gets popped, hogs and miners coming through, expos locked and loaded, firing everywhere. But we do have a good amount of hogs and miners coming through. Grand Warden's ability used. Wait a second. With 1 minute left, JD is getting ready to celebrate for his attack and at least keep Golden X's spirits alive here. Moving into the last attack, we still have the Grand Warden keeping the Hog Riders up. We have the Royal Champion's ability and a beautiful hybrid attack from JD9. The value from the Queen charge, the pathing that was created was beautiful in this one, and it does mean a swagged freeze can at least give us some level of satisfaction moving into the last attack. Golden X with 2 3-stars and brilliant percentage through this, but can you believe that it's not going to be enough? They are counting on a 1-star from Cloud21, but we have Tim of Cloud21 looking to close this one out. Baby Dragon and Wizards to funnel with the super wall breaker into this top area. Now this is where Tim can adapt here. He doesn't have to go all out for the 3-star. Whilst he probably will, each and every one of these players, they struggle to get into the mindset of going for a 2-star attack. It's just not for them. They are all in for 3 stars. However, you've got to play it safe. And in this situation where Tim, irrespective of percentage, only needs 2 stars, then he is most certainly going to ensure that the 2 stars is secured. So the Queen, with that Sui method, means that the top area of the base with that Town Hall does indeed go down. But I like the use of E-Drags here. Uses the Grand Warden's ability to tank for the Eagle artillery shots, and we do have good chain value. The air sweeper goes down, not before getting one final pushback on the E-Drags. That could be pretty crucial though, as we now have a defending dragon coming across to do damage onto the Grand Warden, and nothing to stop. Grand Warden also takes a black bomb that will leave the E-Drags vulnerable. They get pretty good chain value from the Eagle artillery up towards that top scatter shot. King still doing work around this side. Tim might indeed be closing this one out. Decides to use 1 freeze. Now he is trying to save onto the last ones for the Inferno Tower, but the Barbarian King is not quick enough. He has not created the funnel, and we need the E-Drags to move in here. A Rage spell would really finish this one off. Good chain value, but there is the not the Grand Warden, the Royal Champion and the Seeking Shield to get through the defenses. Tim is getting close. Oh, if the E-Drag could have got one final chain on the inside. Beautiful freeze, catches every single building and will allow the E-Drag to get the Expo and Archer Tower. Freezes the final Inferno Tower. 44 seconds. I think Tim has got it. I think it is going to be a 3-star indeed to finish this war off in style, but The sweeper goes down, can you believe it? The sweeper would have been able to keep the E-Drags at bay, but one is able to sideswipe it, take it out, and what a dramatic finish. Crazy scenes here as everything is just right to the last moment. Tim celebrates with a 3-star attack and leaves this one with a very impressive 98% from Cloud21 with 14 stars over Golden X, getting 12 stars and 88.6%. An amazing performance by both clans. What epic drama we have seen, and this is why Clash of Clans esports is just amazing.